Hi guys, welcome. All right, everybody, hello, welcome. I'm gonna be looking back and forth. We're doing the day one of the Amara Mini Map training and challenge. So I have both Instagram and Facebook up, and I'm really excited for this training. I'm really excited for day one to share a bunch of stuff that I have learned, that I teach, and to get going. So, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you to everybody that is going to watch in the future. Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Drop me a hello in the comment. Tell me where you're coming in from, where you're dropping in. I'm going to go ahead and get started and then we can kind of expand as we go. I like to just get right to it, guys. We're just going to go jump right in. So, if you don't know me yet, my name is Brooke, and I am the creator of the Amara Map course collective. And I have both the Amara Map and the Amara Portal, two different online courses. And I'm going to talk about the Amara Map today. And I'm going to give you guys this free training, and it is called what we're going to discuss today is called the pies technique that I came up with from my own healing journey. And I'm going to teach it to you guys because I feel like it's really valuable, and I want you guys to be able to heal, to get unstuck from things that are hard, from things that you've been through, from old trauma, from old wounding. And to do that, you have to learn how to get quiet and how to be in your body. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. That's what I'm going to teach about. And before that, though, I want to tell you about the challenge that we're doing. So I'm going live 5 days in a row, you guys. This is new for me. I haven't done a ton of lives, but I'm just diving in. I'm just going to do it. And we are going to do this challenge. So at the end, so right now the Amara Map registration is open until the end of the month. And this challenge that I'm going to offer you is going to make it so that you can have the opportunity to come and be a part of this 12-week program, this personal transformation, shifting, getting rid of stuff, helping you get through trauma, helping you get unstuck, and all the things that are in your body, all the ailments that you're feeling. I'm going to teach you how to find what's stuck in your body, why it gets stuck, and how to let it go. And this training, so there's going to be 3 different prizes. There's a grand prize, and this is how you enter, okay? That's what you need to do. So every day I'm going live 5 times until Sunday. The first 3 days are going to be trainings that are about the 3, I call them intensives inside this program. So it's an online program, and we meet weekly, and then there's a whole bunch of modules, and we do a somatic practice, meaning something in our body, which we're going to do today. And there's a Facebook group. So anyways, it's this 12-week program. And I want to spread the word and share with people that this is going on. So, on these trainings, you can either watch the live, which I will tell you at some point during today, when the next one is tomorrow, because they're all at different times. And all you need to do to be eligible to get up to 50% off of the course, which would be, so the course is $3,333, so half off. And to get the grand prize, all you have to do is screenshot something from the live, tag me in it, and just share it. Share a takeaway. That's the key, is I want to know what is working for you, what you learned, what you took away from today's class, from today's training. So that's all you have to do to enter. The grand prize is 50% off. The second place is $1,111 off, and the third prize winner is $555 off. Okay, and you each get, the 3 winners will each get a bag, a half-pound bag of Conquer You cacao, which is the most amazing drink ever. And it's really great heart opener, and it has adaptogenic mushrooms, and we will be throwing that in for you. So you guys, tell your peeps, because I'm going to give you so much free value all week. So the first 3 days are going to be trainings that go with the intensives, which are the modules. There's a bunch of different video modules inside that, and there's 3 different sections. And each section, I call them the intensives, are designed to help you shift through how you're feeling in some way. So this first one that we're kind of doing a mini of today is called the Abyss Recovery Intensive. And this is the one where you're feeling like you're drowning. You're in that time period of life where something's going on, you have old trauma popping up, you have other things that are showing up for you. You have insomnia, you have stress, you've got anxiety, depression, all these body ailments that show up for us are teaching you something. They're showing up as a red flag. Your body is saying, pay attention to me because something's wrong. And I'm going to tell you all about how I discovered that in my own body and in my own story. And this technique that I'm going to teach you really helped me. So, as we go in this Abyss Recovery, which will be the whole month of September, will be in the Abyss Recovery. It's that feeling of when you're just underwater, feeling all that pressure, feeling like you're drowning. So the feeling evolution is to take you from drowning all the way to calm. So that's the feeling evolution of what we're doing a little piece of, a little slice of today. And we'll just continue sharing. So tomorrow's will be something different. And then on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday I'm going to be doing a breathwork session, which has really, really helped me. Breathwork is a really fast alchemical shift in your body. It's going to get stuff out. It's going to shake it up of stuff that is stuck in your body. And it's done incredible things for me. I can't even tell you the amount of things I've been able to shift and let go of and release just based on doing breath work. So I will share a breathwork technique with you. And then on Sunday, to kind of do the wrap up, I want to offer a sound bath. I love working with frequency, and with my sound bowls, I have 8. Well, I actually have more, but we're going to use 8 sound bowls. They're the crystal bowls that are tuned to the 432 frequency, which is the healing frequency. And I do a lot with frequency, with sound. I practice Reiki. I am a shamanic energy healer, and I have been a yoga instructor. I've done all these different modalities. And I want to share with you a little bit about how I got here, just kind of really quickly, in case you don't know me yet and you're wondering why I'm teaching about all of this. So years ago, I experienced some abuse. So mental, physical, emotional, sexual abuse. And that all those things that I experienced, that I went through, unbeknownst to me, were being recorded in my body. And I just wanted to ignore everything that was happening because it was hard stuff. And nobody wants to sit and think about those hard things. And so I didn't want to be doing that. I didn't want to be feeling like that. And I didn't want to look at it. But then my body, it was actually a little bit after I was out of any situation. It was a time period had passed, and my body began experiencing all of these symptoms. And I had a stomach ache that wouldn't go away for so long. I could not sleep. I was getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. And that will just wreak havoc on your body in general, just that. And I lost hair. Clumps of my hair would just fall out as if I was in chemotherapy, and that was really awful. And then I started having really debilitating panic attacks. And that was the thing. The panic attacks were what got my attention, because I had learned how to manage stomach aches and headaches and, deal with my hair falling out and deal with that kind of stuff. But the panic attacks hijacked my nervous system. I could not control them. I could not control what was happening to me, what was happening to my body, and I didn't even know what it was when it started happening. And the first time it happened in a very public place was the time when I was like, okay, I think I need to get some help. And I began to try to figure out what to do and what was happening. And I went to a yoga class. I'd been to yoga a little bit before, hadn't really loved it, thought it was kind of boring. like boring stretching, which I can only say because now I am the biggest believer in yoga. It is my favorite thing. And it's definitely a workout. I retract my old thought pattern, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. And I went into this class, began moving my body, did a yoga flow, and then all of a sudden had this big release. I just started crying and crying. And this release let me know that like I felt better after. And I hadn't felt calm in my mind in so long. I couldn't even remember the last time I felt calm. And I could tell that my body was just I felt better after the class. I was a total mess, but I felt better after the class, after crying through a 90-minute hot yoga flow. And so I bought a pass and I started going and I became kind of obsessed with it because it was the only time I could get my mind to calm down. It was the only time, night or day, because I was barely sleeping, that I could calm, just not feel so much, not feel so stressed. And I wanted to understand why. Why was this? Why did that make me feel better? So yoga was kind of my entry into a whole bunch of different energetic modalities, to sound, to Reiki, to shamanism, to a bunch of different energy modalities. And that's what I do now. So I have a whole practice of people that I do one-on-one sessions with. And then I created this AMARA Map course and the AMARA Portal course to help other people be able to let go of stuff that was hurting them. So in this time period, I found a book that's called The Body Keeps the Score. And this was transformational for me, and it actually was transformational for many people. It really kind of revolutionized the mental health care space because it provided scientific evidence that all of these things that were happening in my body that I was experiencing and that other people had experienced years after something had happened, even decades after something traumatic that they'd been through, it proved how trauma is held in your body and stored. So that's what people mean when they say the body keeps the score. It doesn't matter if you don't remember it. It doesn't matter if you don't want to think about it, because at some point your body is going to tell you in a way that's probably pretty uncomfortable, like it was for me. At some point, you're going to start having something happen in your body, and it will eventually, it can even turn into disease. That's what disease is, dis-ease in the body. Your body is experiencing something because your inner body knows. The body keeps the score, whether you like it or not. You don't even get to choose. It just happens. Totally what I experienced. I had all of these things happening in my body. It was all going haywire. And has happened since in other ways, that things, when something came up or shifted again or a new thing or I remembered something else in my body, things happening. And now I know what it is. Now I know a panic attack hijacks your system. So it takes over. So you can be in the middle of a beautiful sunny day where everything is fine and people around you and you know you're safe and you're completely out of whatever situation you had been in before, and your body will feel like it is back in that situation. Whether you remember it or not, you can have a trigger that all of a sudden will take you over and you don't even know why you're feeling this way. Like all of a sudden, for me, I started hyperventilating. I could not breathe. I couldn't breathe. My heart was beating so fast. I was scared that I was going to have a heart attack or something. And I started crying. I was shaking. I was visibly shaking. And this kept happening. And so I was like, what is going on? Now I know I have tools, I've expanded, I've healed a lot in my central nervous system, which we're going to do today together. I'm going to teach you this PIES technique. And I was able to move through a lot. And because I know and remember how horrific that feels to be completely disabled, to not have control of your body, to be sick all the time. And that's just the physical stuff. Like my mental space was so out of whack. My emotional space, I actually made up this rule that this could be helpful. So I'll share it with you guys. I just called it the 2-hour rule. It was real clever. I just was in such a state of dysregulated nervous system and fight or flight that I could not function. And all I could think about was 2 hours in front of me. That's all I would allow myself. I gave myself, okay, what in the next 2 hours can you do that will bring you peace? That's it. That's a 2 hour rule. What's going to bring you the most peace? And then I would do that because thinking past that 2 hour mark was so impossible for me to fathom and comprehend. It would send me right over the edge. Like I couldn't do it. So that's how I lived for like years. 2 hours. What's in front of me for the next 2 hours? So as I was experiencing all of this and then obsessively going to yoga all the time, which did help, but I was like, what is going on? What I didn't know then that I know now is that moving your body in whatever way, in any way, is a way that your body can release the trauma that's stuck in your body. So when your body's keeping the score, somewhere in your body, muscle memory is remembering and storing in your frontal lobe up here these things that have happened to you. And when you have a panic attack or when your body is showing you something's wrong, you have a sick stomach all the time, you have whatever, backaches, you've got neck aches, you've got migraines, your body's trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you, hey, pay attention. There's something happening inside in your body, in your energy body. We have a whole energy system, just like we have a whole bones and muscles and skeletal system and nervous system. We have a whole energy body that is holding on to this stuff. And it shows up in the form of not sleeping or all those different things that I just mentioned. So I had to learn how to get really quiet. I had to learn how to sit with myself because all of those things that I went through and all those things that I experienced in those different abusive situations led me to create this story about me. What I let it be was that I am unlovable, that I am not worthy, and that I will never be enough. And that thought pattern embedded in my body, and that's what I believed, truly. And that just believing that and feeling that in my body, it will wreck everything. If you think you can never be loved and that you are not worthy of love or worthy of anything and that you can never be enough, it will run your day, it will run your life, it will debilitate you. And that's what it was doing. So I had to learn how to get quiet. So I started doing things differently. Instead of distracting myself, I learned how to sit with just me and close my eyes and breathe. Meditation was very difficult for me at first. It took me a long time to get to like it. I really hated it. And eventually, I began to realize that when I sat quietly with myself, it changed everything about my day. It did. It was healing me. I was creating a new inner world that then radiated to my outer world, but I didn't know I was doing that. All I knew was it made me feel a little less hectic in my mind, a little more quiet. So I began doing this thing where I would sit down and I keep doing this the whole time I've been doing this. It's because what I'm going to teach you is this PIES technique. So grab a pen or whatever's around you and write this down. And if you sign up to be an insider on the mini map, which is just on my bio or on my website, in my bio on my website, it's just healwithbrooke.com/minimap. And you can go there and become an insider, and you will have this all emailed to you. And whatever we're doing the next day, you'll have more information about what time and when things are happening. So be sure to do that. So I began doing this thing where I would pause and I'd put my hand on my heart because my heart was hurting a lot at the time. And so I would try to do that to center, to ground, and I would close my eyes. So I'm going to teach you this technique. It's called the PIES technique because that's what the acronym fit. And so P, the first one, P is to pause. Pause. When I pause, I stick my hand on my heart. So you pause, and I close my eyes. And then from there, I, so the second one is I, pause, P, I, identify. Where in your body? Where are you feeling? What are you feeling? So, okay, so I pause, close my eyes, I identify my stomach. My stomach. So my stomach. E, P-I-E, number 3. E is for the emotion. Now, here's where you have to not think. Because if I just come to you and I say, hey, what are you feeling? You're going to tell me, I feel whatever. You're going to say the emotion. But I'm here to tell you that your mind is going to process it differently than your body will. Every time. Every time. That's why I am a huge believer in somatic practices, why I do them every single live call that I do inside the Amara Map and my other programs. It's why I do it with myself every morning. I have a morning practice. I do this because my brain will tell me something different than my body all the time. It astounds me. Working with clients and things like that, I'll have them write things out and they'll say or they'll tell me what they're feeling, and then I drop them into their body. We get quiet, we go inside, and we ask the body. You are going to ask in your mind, your body, you're going to talk to yourself. It's fine. Just go out on a limb. Ask your body, what emotion am I feeling? So now you know, like, okay, it's in my stomach because you just paused. You identified. Now you're going to ask, what are you feeling in your stomach? What's the emotion your stomach, because that's what we're working with, is evoking? So I take some breaths. I pause. I identified my stomach. E for emotion. The emotion I'm feeling is sadness, is grief, is stress, is overwhelm, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you're feeling, identify where it is, what the emotion is. Now, the last one, S, is for the sensation. What does sadness, grief, whatever thing, stress, what does it feel like? What sensation is it creating in your body? Pause, identify, emotion, sensation. Okay, so sensation. The sensation is, I am nauseous. It feels like yucky, like when you're sick to your stomach. It feels like tightness. It feels like unrest. That's what it feels like in my body. Okay, cool. So now you know what you're feeling in your body and where and all that. Now, in order to begin to understand the language of the body, because this whole training is about how the body keeps the score. We get that now, right? And you can learn how to decode what it's trying to tell you. Because by being sick to my stomach, by having a panic attack, by getting migraines, by having anxiety, depression, stress, all that stuff, it's telling me something's wrong. Get quiet, pay attention. So, okay, so now I've figured it out, but in order to figure out what it's telling you, there's one more step that you have to do. This is the tricky one. This is the one where people get a little stuck. So, you know all the things, right? Pause, identify, emotion, sensation. Now you know what it's feeling like in your body. Now, what you need to do next is to go into the situation, this story that I came up with, that I am unlovable, I'm not worthy, I'll never be enough, right? This is the story I made up in my head. This is not true, but I can't feel that right now, right? That's how it was feeling. We're going to go into that story and find the hidden benefit or the we're working with the subconscious. So this isn't something that you can just necessarily readily come to, which is why we're asking your body and not your mind. So there's something about the situation that you've experienced, that you've been in, that you are in, that you're getting something out of it. What are you getting out of it? Or why are you staying in it? Or what pattern are you repeating that being in this situation is making it easier to repeat the pattern? So, okay, so let's go into mine so you can kind of see how this works. So I paused, identified my stomach. The emotion is that I'm sad, let's say. And It feels like like my stomach's churning. Okay, I ask my stomach, body, why are you feeling this? What is happening? What's going on? I'm feeling all this stuff and I'm thinking about the situation that I know it's related to. And in my situation, when I would go into that, I was I was staying in a situation. I was in a situation because I wanted love, right? I wanted to feel loved. But was I actually getting what I wanted out of that situation? No. Maybe I thought it was creating safety for me in some way. Was I safe? No. But I didn't want to look at that because then I have to change something. I have to do something different. This is where you're able to take all your power back in any situation, anything, anything. You can take all your power back when you decide to take accountability and to see what your part is. There's always an option, there's always a choice. That's an unpopular thing to say, but it is the truth. And digging in and going into those places, those hard hidden places, that's why I say it's hidden. It's in your subconscious probably. What are you getting out of it? So when you ask your body and you sit with yourself and you get really quiet, and it's going to be uncomfortable. So when you're asking and trying to dig in and feel for this, what's underneath it? What's inside this? What's inside your story? Because your trauma is held in your story. So the whole point of the Abyss recovery, is to be able to take this story, let the story go. Like you find the trauma, learn the lesson, and then you can let it go. You can release it from your body. Because your body just wants it to be seen or heard or recognized. It's a red flag to pay attention to it. Once you do that, it will release from your body. There's many different ways you can release things with a lot of different somatic practices, which I'm a huge believer in all of those. So you have to just sit with yourself. So when you're doing this, because this can be difficult, it's not always super easy. It can be painful. Here's what you can do to help. There's an amazing Rumi quote that I love. That's a poem. It's called The Guest House. I have it posted somewhere on my feed. Go back and find it. But it's essentially about being a guest house in your body, allowing emotion to come in, to sit with you, to feel whatever needs to be felt, to learn from it, to witness it. Sometimes it just needs to be acknowledged. Sometimes you need to just be like, oh gosh, that was a really hard thing I went through. Wow, yeah, I remember that feeling. That was tough. And you let the feeling sit with you for a minute. And you don't distract. You just stay inside yourself and you're waiting for your body to tell you what it needs. Does it need to feel acknowledged? Is there a lesson that you need to learn? What benefit have you been getting out of it? What's the hidden thing? What's the thing in your subconscious that's at play? Are you repeating a familiar pattern? Is it something that's showing up again and again and again? And now you're like, oh, I get it. I've been dating the same type of person. I get it. The same pattern shows up at work and at my house and here. Okay, I get it. Cool. Drop into your body. Learn what that is. And then let it sit there. Feel it. Acknowledge it in whatever way. Maybe you need to do breath work. Maybe you need to do a fire ceremony. Maybe you need to write a letter. Maybe you need to burn the letter. Maybe you just need to feel it. Maybe you need to feel the loss, the grief, the sadness, the appreciation, the love, whatever it was. Maybe you need to just feel it. And then when you become the guest house, that's why it's called a guest house, because it's not hanging out with you forever. It's going to come in. It might be difficult. You invite this feeling, this emotion, this situation. You sit with it. You invite it to tea. You invite it to dinner. You ask it questions. And literally do this. Well, literally to dinner, but literally in your mind ask. Because your mind, ask your body. Have your mind ask your body. What do I need to learn? What's the lesson? What's the thing? And the way I talk about this is in my course and in the Amara Map is that diamonds are created when something is in the earth deep inside under immense amount of stress and pressure. And your body can go through a hell of a lot, and at some point it's under all this stress and pressure, and it can break you, and it will break your body. I know because it broke mine. Or you can sit with it. You can go inside the story, inside the trauma, inside the stuff, inside everything that you hated about everything that happened. You can sit there, do the pies technique. You can figure out what you need to learn, and you can create a diamond inside yourself. And you can pull that diamond out. The trauma, the stress, the stuff that's going on in your body will be released. You'll let it go. Let it go. So once you're able to do that, and you take back all your power, and your body feels better, and it will change your life. It will. It will change your life. You're never too far. It's never unachievable. It can always be, you can always bring it back to you. Because you know what I learned? I am lovable. I am worthy. And I am and have always been enough, even when I thought I wasn't. It will allow you to reclaim those things, those pieces of yourself that you thought you'd lost, those things, those beautiful things that you're like, man, before this happened, I used to be this, I used to have this, I used to feel this way, and then this thing happened, and now I feel broken because I felt broken. And I was never broken. I just needed to learn what my body needed to release. It was holding on to all of this trauma, and it was wrecking my life. I couldn't function. That's why I did the 2-hour rule. And as I learned how to sit with that, and there's lots of other elements to it, but that's the basics. It's learning how to get quiet, how to not distract, how to just sit with yourself and ask your body what it needs, and then wait for the answer. Wait for your body to tell you. You'll receive some sort of answer. You feel into it. You will be the guest house. Then it leaves because it's just a guest house. Let it go in whatever way that works for you, and your life will change. I promise. So that is the pies technique. It's how to go in and shift the stuff that's being held in your body. The body keeps a score, and you can learn how to decode what your body's trying to tell you so you can feel better, so you can heal, so you can stop feeling crappy, so you can function, so you can be a good mom, a good dad, a good partner, a good whatever you do for work. All that. It's here for you. So if you're on right now and you missed the beginning, this is a challenge as well. So there's 5 days right now. And if you want to participate to be able to get a ticket into the Amara Map to have 50% off of the Amara Map program, which starts September 7th, it's a 12-week program. If you want to be able to do this, for this challenge, you're going to take a screenshot. Here, I'll give you a really pretty picture. Great. Just kidding. Anytime during the training, screenshot something and then what I want you to do is tag me and reshare it. Post about it, put on your story, I don't care how you do it. The point is that what I want you to do for you as part of this integration is to write a takeaway. What was the takeaway from this training? What did you learn? What'd you learn? Screenshot it, share it, tag me. Every single time you do this, you'll be entered into this drawing that will be a random raffle for the grand prize of 50% off of the Amara Map course. The second place will be $1,111 off, and the third place will be $555 off of the course that starts September 7th. We meet weekly for a Zoom call, and you have access to over 18 different modules and 26 hours of previously recorded videos from previous lives. We've got somatic practices, we've got guided meditations, we've got a little bit of yoga, we have sound baths and shamanic journeys and a bunch of teaching, a bunch of things for you. PDFs and journal prompts, and all of that is included in the course. And then I also offer a private Facebook group for the members of the Soul family, because community is really important, especially when you're making changes in your life and you're in a hard spot where you're like, ugh, this is tough. I'm in it. I'm in the abyss. I'm in this toughness. And I wanted to make this a lifetime membership program, so you'll always have access to everything inside it, because I want you to be able to glue back in. Because it's not like all of a sudden you're going to go to this issue and find the key and then bam, your life is always better. There's always going to be new things, new levels, new things, right? You'll learn a different piece of the lesson from the thing, from a different thing. And that's fine. That's okay. That's how this goes. So that I wanted you to be able to go back and watch a module. If all of a sudden you're struggling with something and you're like, oh man, I cannot forgive this person. I don't know what to do. Cool. There's a module on forgiveness. So there's all these different things, different tools for you to help you. And there's this whole family of other people that are doing it too. They're in the same thing. They're trying to figure it out. And so once you're in the lifetime membership, you can loop back in anytime you want with any future collective. So this fall collective is starting September 7th and goes till just around Thanksgiving time, the end of November. And you can jump on any of the future calls and you have access to all the stuff inside forever, for a lifetime. Because I wanted to be able to share these tools with you and any future updates. If I decide there's more things I want to add, which I will keep doing, maybe there's a new somatic practice I want to add, or maybe there's some yoga I want to add, or maybe there's just whatever. There's something new, you have lifetime access to all of that. So, okay, guys, for the challenge, screenshot, tag me, and then write your takeaway from this training. And every single time you'll be entered into the drawing. And really, I really just want you to have a takeaway. And I want to share this with more people. That's kind of the point of tagging also, because I want more people to be able to have these free trainings. 5 days of free trainings right now. So come on, get all the value. If it feels in alignment for you to also join us in the Amara Map, awesome. If not right now, that's fine. That's fine. However it works for you. So we've got the 50% off, $1,111 off, and $555 off, all with a bag of Conquer You cacao to be sent out to you. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope learning the pies technique is something you can go and do and sit with, and message me if you have questions and jump on the list to be able to get the, nope, I don't have it right here. Maybe I do. Nope, don't know where I put that. But I have a PDF page that shows the pies technique and everything that you will be feeling into. And I'm happy, and I will be sending that out to everybody that is on the list, the AMARA Mini Map Insiders list, which you can find on my website, healwithbrooke.com/minimap. And it's in my bio on Instagram. Gotta get all the places. Facebook. So thank you guys for being here. Please tell your friends about it if you found this helpful. I'm trying to share more and just deliver more value. And because I remember what it was like to feel so awful and to have my life derailed. And I've just kind of made it my mission to create this and help other people. This wasn't even what I did. I had a whole other career in finance and writing and other things. And this wasn't what I was going to do, but I felt so called to it because I remembered so deeply how awful it feels to be in trauma, to not be able to sleep, to not know what to do. I didn't have any resources at the time. Like, I'm sure the stuff kind of existed, but I didn't know about it. I was like alone. I had no idea what to do. And I don't want anybody to feel like that. I don't want anybody to feel alone, because you're not. You have a whole community here. You have a soul family waiting for you. There's tools, there's somatic practices, there's tips, there's this free training. Come get all the free stuff. And there's also a scholarship. There's 2 scholarships that are going to be available. There's a full scholarship and a partial scholarship that I'm going to have an application up later today. And there's also another scholarship available that is going to be for an intern, which is new. And I haven't done this before, but I really want to connect with somebody who really wants to be in the course, that is awesome with marketing or, Instagram and Reels and all the kind of stuff. I could use a little bit of help with that. And somebody who's really great with technology and kind of the back end of stuff. And it's a great opportunity for you to learn and to intern with me for the course of the season. So it would be just for the 3 months. And you'd get to learn kind of all the back end stuff of how you run an online course. And then you would be able to get either a portion or all of your ticket into the course for free. It just depends. I'm not exactly sure how that part's all going to work, because it depends on who applies and what their experience and all that. So there's 3 different big options that you can get into the program, be a part of it for less money, and you can just have this free training forever and ever. It'll be on my Instagram page. I'm marking it as such. You'll be able to find it. It'll be on Facebook as well. Don't want to forget you guys. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to do the screenshot, tag me. What was the thing you learned? To spread it, to help share, and for integration for you. Tell me what you learned. What was helpful? I love you guys. I hope that this training will help you feel better than you felt, that will help you get unstuck. That's the whole point of the Amara Map, and to connect you to your own unique soul frequency, which is the point and the arc of the entire Amara Map and the Amara portal. The Amara Map is kind of that caterpillar going down into the chrysalis, letting things go, releasing things that aren't serving you in your body. And the Amara portal is that expansion afterwards. It's the butterfly. It's aligning you with everything you want, calling in new stuff, new creation, manifesting, expansion, all that. So thank you guys for being here today. I'm excited for tomorrow. Oh, I need an announcement tomorrow. Tomorrow is at noon. So if you got on this training or if you're in the insiders, go check and get on that, the Amara Map insiders, you'll get all the information in an email tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow live at noon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you all. See you guys soon.